Lesson 15, Finding Scales and Scale Factors. So just as a recap, scale is different units of measure. Scale factor is the same units of measure. So for example 1, for all of these, even though it tells us that we want to find if the lots are big enough and to find different things, all we're going to do with these are find the scale and the scale drawings of each of these figures. So I am going to read these, but that's all we are going to find. So it says, Vincent proposes an idea to the student government to install a basketball hoop along with a court marked with all the shooting lines and boundary lines at his school for students to use at recess. He presents a plan to install a half-court design as shown below. After checking with the school administration, he is told it will be approved if it fits on the empty lot that measures 25 feet by 75 feet on school property. Will the lot be big enough for the court he planned? Now, as I said, all we're going to do is find the scale and the scale factor. So notice here, we have our scale drawing. So our scale is 1 inch on the drawing, and it corresponds to 15 feet in actual length. So it says, what is the scale being used for this drawing? So our scale is 1 inch, which equals 15 feet. And just like yesterday, to find our scale factor, remember both dimensions need to be the same units. So we're going to take our scale, we're going to write it as a ratio. We're going to change it to the same units of measure, so 15 feet. We're going to multiply each of those feet by 12 inches because there's 12 inches in every foot. And that 12 inches multiplied that together is 180 inches. So now it's 1 inch over 180 inches. Now we can drop the inches because they are the same. That can't be simplified. So our final step is to say our scale factor is 1 over 180. And that's our answer. Our next question says the diagram shown represents a garden. The scale is 1 centimeter for every 20 meters. Each square in this drawing measures 1 centimeter by 1 centimeter. Find the actual length and width of the garden based on the given drawing. Again, all we're going to do is find, 1, what is the scale of the drawing? So we have our scale, which is 1 centimeter, which equals 20 meters. Then it says, what is the scale factor? And again, they have to have the same units of measure. So we have our scale, which is 1 centimeter over 20 meters. But remember, we got to change it to the same units. So remember from yesterday, we have King Henry's dear uncle died Christmas morning. So our units are meters, so that's 20. We want to go to centimeters, which is right here. So we are going to go 2 units to the right. Now let me fix that because it made 1 line, which is not what I want. We want to go 2 units to the right, put our decimal point, add our zeros. So 20 meters is going to equal 2,000 centimeters. So we are going to change that. 1 centimeter is going to equal 2,000 meters. Or sorry, centimeters. Let me change that. So I can cross that off. And now my scale factor is 1 over 2,000. Now remember, we simplify if we need to. Not always will the numerator be a 1, so we may have to simplify. Our next question says a graphic designer is creating an advertisement for a tablet. She needs to enlarge the picture given here so that 0.25 inches on the scale picture corresponds to 1 inch on the actual advertisement. What would the length and width of the tablet on the advertisement? Again, here's our scale. So our scale is 0.25 inches, and it would equal 1 inch on the actual advertisement. So our scale factor then would be 0.25 inch over 1 inch. Well, that would simplify because we can drop our inches to 0.25 or 1 over 4. So our scale factor would be 1/4. So our next question says, find the scale factor of a model sailboat if the scale is 1 inch equals 6 feet. So our scale is 1 inch over 6 feet. So I'm going to change, I have 1 inch. I'm going to change our 6 feet and multiply 6 times 12 because 12 inches in a foot. 6 times 12 is 72. So 1 inch over 72 inches. I can cross off the inches. It can't be simplified any more than that, so our scale factor is 1 over 72. Our last question is find the scale factor of a model car, actually, if the scale is 1 inch equals 2 feet. So our scale is 1 inch over 2 feet. So 2 times 12, which equals 24. So it equals 1 inch over 24 inches. I can cross off the inches. It can't be simplified anymore, so the scale factor is 1 over 24. That ends my lesson.